Welcome to our creative video project, Housing, Rights and Sustainable Development. SDG 11 calls for inclusive, safe, resilient. We invite you to explore a topic that is deeply personal yet often overlooked: home, under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and sustainable cities and human settlements. At the heart of this vision is the issue of housing rights, a fundamental yet fragile reality for many in our rapidly urbanizing world. Owning a safe, comfortable, and affordable home is no longer something everyone can take for granted. Many urban families face cramped spaces, outdated infrastructure, poor lighting and ventilation, and a lack of safety and dignity in their daily lives. But for every individual, home is more than a structure. It is a place of emotional belonging, a foundation for dreams, and the space where our lives begin and end each day. In this video, we combine community interviews, AI-powered design simulations, and critical reflection to reimagine what an ideal home means and how technology, policy, and people can work together to build a better future.
In this section, I will introduce the issue of access to affordable housing and explain why it matters in the context of sustainable development. First of all, having a home is a basic human right. A safe and affordable house is the foundation for a stable life. It affects everything: education, health, income, and overall well-being. A family that lives in a decent home is more likely to have children who do well in school and parents who can focus on their work and future goals. Now, let's connect this to Sustainable Development Goal 11, which is about sustainable cities and communities. One of the key targets of SDG 11 is to ensure access for all to adequate, safe, and affordable housing by 2030. In other words, affordable housing is not only a personal or family matter, it's also a national development priority. When people live in purple homes, transport, and health care, they are more likely to participate in society and contribute to the economy. This is why affordable housing is so important for community well-being, social inclusion, and economic resilience. But let's face to reality. In Malaysia, owning a home is getting harder, especially for the B40 and M40 income groups. According to Bank Negro, many urban properties are considered seriously unaffordable, and the median house price is far above the average household income. Imagine a young couple in Kuala Lumpur, both earning minimum wage. Even after saving for years, buying a house near their workplace feels like an impossible dream. They may end up renting far from the city, adding more stress and travel time. This is why we need to talk about affordable housing, not just as a shout, but as a foundation as sustainable living and urban development. To solve this issue, we must look at the factors influencing housing choices, the challenges people face, and the SDG-based solutions that can help us build a better future for everyone. Thank you. And now, let's dive into the next part of our discussion.
Good morning, everyone. Today, let's explore one of the most important decisions we make in life: where we choose to live. Housing isn't just about walls and a roof. It directly affects our comfort, our daily routines, our financial stability, and even our long-term plans. Where we live determines how we commute, where our children go to school, how safe we feel, how we interact socially, and how we build our dreams. So, what are the key factors that shape our housing choices? Let's break it down into four main parts: location, budget, lifestyle, and future needs, and long-term value. First, location. There's a reason why people in real estate always say location. Where we live determines how we live. Our vehicles to work, school, public transportation, grocery stores, hospitals, and park. No one enjoys sitting in traffic for hours every day, or sending children to schools that are far away. A good location means more than convenience. It means better access to essential services, more free time, and lower stress. For example, young professionals may prefer vibrant urban neighborhoods near offices and nightlife, where families may choose quieter suburbs with playgrounds, good schools, and safer streets. Location also affects property value. Even renters benefit from better infrastructure and neighborhood development. Whether you rent or buy, the right location adds value to your life. Second, budget. Let's face it, what we can afford plays a big role in where and how we live. Whether you are buying or renting, your housing choice must fit your financial reality. Most experts recommend spending no more than 13% of your monthly income on housing. But in many urban areas, that's easier said than done. As a result, people often make compromises, choosing small spaces, moving to less central areas, or living with roommates. Interest rates also matter, especially for home buyers. Lower interest rates can make mortgages more affordable, while higher rates can put home ownership out of reach, at least temporarily. Budget limitations might restrict our options, but they also help keep us financially stable. Choosing a home that we can afford ensures peace of mind and avoids long-term debt streets. Third, lifestyle and future needs. The third factor shaping our housing choices is our personal lifestyle and vision for the future. Ask yourself, do I want a sleek high-rise apartment or a cozy house with a garden? Do I like the fast-paced energy of the city or the quiet calm of the countryside? A single student or professional might prioritize being close to work, entertainment, or co-working spaces. A growing family, on the other hand, may look for multiple bedrooms, outdoor space, and a safe, quiet neighborhood. We also need to think about future changes, marriage, children, job relocation, or even care for elderly parents. Choosing a home that can grow with you over time is often a smarter and more flexible decision. And increasingly, sustainability is influencing our housing preferences. Many people now looking for energy-efficient homes, buildings with green certifications, or eco-friendly communities that align with their environmental values. Long-term value. Even if you are not buying a home, long-term value still matters. Why? Because neighborhoods evolve. Some areas grow, develop new infrastructure, attract business, and they become more desirable over time. Others may decline. Choosing a home in a location with growth potential offers two key benefits. First, it improves your lifestyle by adding better roads, shops, schools, and public services. Second, for homeowners, It can increase property value and provide a solid return on investments. Even renters benefit from a rising neighborhood with better amenities, safer streets, and more job opportunities in the long run. So, don't just think about where you want to live today. Ask yourself, will this space still work for me 5 years from now, 10 years from now? To summarize, the key factors that shape our housing choices are location, for convenience, access, and lifestyle, budget, to stay financially secure, lifestyle, future needs, to match how we live and grow, long-term value, to protect or grow our investment. There's no such thing as a perfect home. The best choice is one that reflects your priorities, supports your daily life, and prepares you for the future. So, next time you think about moving, renting, or buying, and ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of life do I want this space to support? Because at the end of the day, a house isn't just where we sleep. It's where we live, where we build memories, and where we shape our future. Thank you.
Inclusive housing for social integration. Sustainable solutions based on SDG 11. 1. Theoretical framework. The logic of inclusive housing under SDG 11. SDG 11.1 by 2030 ensure access for all to adequate, safe and affordable housing and basic services and upgrade slums, directly addressing housing security and quality. Social capital theory. Inclusive communities foster social capital through neighborly interactions and communal activities. Putnam 1995. 2. Current status and challenges. Practical dilemmas of inclusive housing. International models. Our Europe-based social housing. The Netherlands mandates 30% affordable housing in new developments. Challenge 2013. Economic. High housing costs. Price to income ratios exceeding 15 in major cities. And funding gaps for social housing. 4. SDG 11-driven sustainable solutions. Multi-stakeholder collaboration. National housing funds and public-private partnerships. And Habitat 2022. Transit-oriented development, TOD. Proximity to public transport. And 15. Minute living circles. 5. Case studies. Diverse practices in inclusive housing. Our post-disaster resettlement with community, LED planning and integrated facilities. WRI 2022.
6 conclusions and prospects. The 6.1 The key findings. Inclusive housing requires a multi-dimensional coordination across policies, spatial planning, governance, and technology. The 6.2 The policy recommendations. The first is enact a national inclusive housing promotion law, and the second is apply inclusive community projects with fiscal incentives. And the 6.3 The future directions. Integrate climate resilience, the EG disaster-resistant housing and digital innovations, and in EG matters communities to realize SDG 11's vision of leaving no one behind.
A serious meeting between investment bankers, a renowned property developer, and a group of fund managers. It was an analyst briefing. A property overhang is a situation where you have got completed homes sitting unsold for more than 9 months or so, depending on how you want to define it. In 2024, Malaysia still had more than 23,000 of these unsold units, worth nearly 14 billion ringgit.
1.9 million out of 9.6 million residential units purchased in Malaysia are currently unoccupied. That's nearly 1 in 5 homes sitting empty while families struggle to find affordable housing. These aren't just old properties either. We're talking about brand new developments that were supposed to be thriving communities. The most jaw-dropping example sits in Johor. Forest City was supposed to be Malaysia's crown jewel, a $100 billion mega development designed to house nearly 1 million residents. Chinese developers promised a futuristic smart city with artificial intelligence, green technology, and world-class amenities.
Ini macam kos rendah, dia punya kota dia 2 rumah 1 kereta. Ini kita cerita 15 tahun, 20 tahun dulu. Jadi setelah 20 tahun, 15 tahun ke 20 tahun akan datang, yang anak satu family tu, satu rumah tu dah jadi 2-3 kereta. Dia dah tak boleh guna dah yang 2 rumah 1 kereta.
This flat is one of the cleanest in its category, thanks to the initiatives of its residents with the help of the State Assembly person. They manage it with a sense of pride. Every lift lobby floor is uniquely decorated, along with a makeshift communal space. All lifts are functional and there is no rubbish problem.
As you can see, although loan applications have increased significantly, especially during the pandemic, approval rates have not kept pace. This leaves many potential buyers in limbo, unable to secure homes due to strict bank criteria.
Through AI-assisted design, we not only visualized what improvements could look like: architectural layout, lighting enhancement, and the addition of greenery, but saw that these ideas are technically achievable in a short time. However, AI is not a silver bullet. It acts as a bridge between designers and communities. True solutions require a combination of policy support, community involvement, and sustainable upkeep. Good design is not just visually appealing, but practical, feasible, and long-lasting. In summary, every home transformed starts with one conversation, one design, one action. Each of us, whether resident, designer, policymaker, tech professional, or simply an engaged viewer, can contribute to building sustainable cities through empathy and concrete effort. In this rapidly urbanizing world, sustainable cities aren't just made of buildings, they are made of people who feel safe, who belong, who stay. Every dignified city starts with dignified homes, and every home begins with one voice, one idea, one act of care. We hope that each of us as designers, citizens, volunteers, leaders or learners can be part of that act. We started this journey by listening. May we continue by building together. Thank you for watching.